Hey guys, so I am back with another Love and Hip Hop Hollywood Season 6 review. This review is for episode 9. If you did not catch my reviews for episodes 1 through 8, please go check those out. So this episode starts where the last one ended, where A1 and Ray J were at A1's house because it was empty because Lyrica had found out that A1 had cheated on her with a girl he met on a plane on the way to Miami, and so she decided to pack all her things and move out of the house while he was away in Miami. So while Ray J and A1 were talking, they heard a noise downstairs in the kitchen. So they go downstairs and they see that it is Sia, who is Lyrica's best friend, and they asked her what she was doing there, and she claimed that she was there because she was going to feed the dog because she didn't know when A1 was getting back from Miami. Now, I thought it was great, okay? Once again, I'm a dog person, so I thought it was great that she came there to feed the dog because I don't want to see the dog be neglected while A1 is away. But I also don't really believe that she just came there to feed the dog. And A1 and Ray J weren't believing that she just came there to feed the dog either, because he had asked Sia where Lyrica was, and she claimed she didn't know where Lyrica was. Now, she knows exactly where Lyrica's at, but as a friend, if my friend asked me not to tell where she was at, I wouldn't tell either. So I'm not mad at Sia for not telling A1 where Lyrica was located. Although I do feel like because Lyrica and A1 have a child together, I feel like A1 should at least know where his child's going to be at. So that's something that A1 and Lyrica are going to have to figure out if they're going to end up staying together or not. Because if they don't stay together, they have to communicate when it comes to their son. So Ray J's there acting like a sidekick to A1, grilling Sia about her being there. Now, Sia was telling A1 that he was acting like he didn't care about Lyrica being gone because he hasn't tried to contact Lyrica. Now, he claims he tried to contact Lyrica, but he can't get in touch with her because she blocked him. Now, Sia was telling him he can get in contact with Lyrica through other ways, and that's true. You can get in contact with people pretty much any way possible. Like, if you can't get through to them by your regular phone number, you could block your number and call, or you could download one of those stupid little text apps and get in contact with her. So any way possible he could have gotten in contact with her, he could. But he also told Sia that she wasn't helping the situation, she was making it worse. And I do kind of feel like she was making it worse, because I feel like she should mind her business. Like, talk about it with your friend when your friend is venting to you, but also don't get too involved in other people's relationship business, because at the end of the day, it is their personal business and nobody wants no one too involved in their personal life. So I don't think Sia's helping either, but I do understand her not telling A1 where Lyrica's at, because that's her girl. So Jason Lee ends up having K. Michelle as a guest on his Hollywood Unlocked Uncensored show, and they end up shading the hell out of April on this Hollywood Uncensored show. Now, they go on to say that April was boring and that the only reason why she was even on the show is because she has a pretty face. K. Michelle is basically summing up to April uses her looks to get to where she gets to. And I'm pretty sure that because she is a very beautiful woman, that her looks do get her in the door to a lot of places. And that's probably is true, but it's also because, you know, she's Omarion's baby's mom. So obviously, you know, more doors open to people who get into these relationships with these famous people. Not saying that April don't work hard, but from what they show, it doesn't really show that she does. But I just don't think K. Michelle should really care too much, although I know that she doesn't like when people try to get into the music industry just as a trend, because she's been trying to do it her whole life and she loves it and it's a passion for her, and she doesn't like when people like April, who never had the passion to do it, all of a sudden think they can do it now because they dated somebody who was in the industry and now they want to do it too, is basically what K. Michelle was trying to say. Now, she also shaded Moniece, which I thought was wrong, because, you know, Moniece is supposed to be her friend. Now, if her and Moniece are having some type of issue, or she feels some type of way about something that Moniece was doing, she shouldn't have said it on air. She should have said it to Moniece personally, or at least off air. Now, she said that she wants to see Moniece succeed, but that Moniece doesn't take her music seriously because she doesn't even go to studio sessions when she's supposed to go. So I feel like there's going to be something between April not April, Moniece and K. Michelle because of that. Now, Jason ends up asking K. Michelle about the whole country music thing because, as we know, K. Michelle is trying to break into the country music genre, and she's having a hard time doing it because there is a lot of racism that goes on in the country music genre when it comes to fans. They don't really want... They're not really accepting to other races of people coming into the country music genre. And for K. Michelle, she feels like they're trying to act like they own country music and they don't. So she's not going to allow what they feel about her trying to jump into the country music genre stop her from trying to do it. And I don't think she should stop trying to do it. I think she should do it if she wants to do it. And if it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So I'm all for her making the country music album. So hopefully that goes good for her, but she is definitely going to have a tough time trying to do it because there definitely is some bias when it comes to... So Drew says that a bunch of craziness has been going on with B2K, with all this drama going on, and that for once it's not with him and April, that it's with Raz B, because Raz B was all over the blogs at one point. He really was, and it wasn't for good things. And in this particular situation, it was because he was being accused of domestic violence. I'm saying allegedly because I don't know if he really did or not, but he was being accused of it. And Drew was saying how it's not a good look for B2K for one of the bandmates to be involved in a domestic dispute because most of their fans are female, which is true. Most of B2K's fans are female. So to have somebody that's in the group involved in a domestic dispute like that is not good publicity for the group. It's not going to make females want to buy tickets, not going to make females want to buy music or anything like that has to do with that group. So it is bad publicity. So hopefully that all got settled, but thank goodness they only had one concert left, and it was going to be in Las Vegas. And so Drew wanted to invite everybody to go down to Vegas to see the show and to also go to an after party that they were going to throw for it. Now they ended up asking A1 because A1 was there. And they asked him if Lyrica was going to go with him to the party in Vegas. And he told them that he don't know because he hasn't even spoken to Lyrica since he came back from Miami, when he came home and realized that she had moved out because she done packed everything. And he's seen her on the security cameras while he was away in Miami. So he's still saying that he didn't cheat on her with no girl from the plane. But I don't even believe him. And at this point, I don't even feel like he even believes himself because the way he says it is just like he don't even care at this point. And if he don't care, he might as well just say he did it. That's what I don't get. But the situation between him and Lyrica is getting on my nerves because I really don't feel like they're going to really get a divorce. I feel like they're just going to keep doing this stupid little back and forth thing that none of us really care to see anymore. So Princess started a cosmetic line, and so she has Zell and Jason Lee to come over to help her prepare for her launch party because she feels like they both have something great that they could bring to it to make it better. So she decided to do her makeup line partially because a lot of cosmetic lines do not cater to women of color, and so she wanted to create a cosmetic line that does cater to women of color. And that's great. I think that's really important to do because everybody wants to be able to wear makeup. Well, not everybody wants to wear makeup, but for people who do want to, there should be shades that match everybody's skin tone. And so I feel like it's great that she did that. I too want to get into the skincare and cosmetic business. So I hope to start my own line at some point in my life too. So it was nice to see her come through and start hers, which is great. I think her reasoning for it is really important. And the fact that she said that it was going to be cruelty-free and vegan is something that's really important to me. So I was glad that that's part of her cosmetic line. And I will definitely have to check out her stuff. So anyways, Zell ends up saying that he's trying to find a wife. And Princess looks like she's surprised and shocked that he said that. And I wasn't shocked about it because he said that he was bisexual, that he likes men and women. But he was saying how when he sees settling down and having kids, that he sees it with a woman and not with a man. So hopefully Zell ends up finding somebody. He might have to tone it down a few notches because he's all over the place. Like, I don't know how to take his personality sometimes. So he might have to calm it down a little bit. But I think that there's somebody out there for him anyway. So Princess is continuing to talk to them about how she wants Jason to be there because he can give publicity to it for Hollywood Unlocked to get the word out about her launch party and about her cosmetic line. So Zell asks Princess if he can bring April, and Jason is a little bit confused about it because he don't know how he feels about April being there because he had fired her. So he was saying how the reason why he fired April is because she wasn't really bringing anything to the show. She was kind of boring, and that he was losing advertisers and fans when she was on the show, which you don't want to be losing your money. But he should have tested her out before he put her on the show anyway. He should have did a little test session with her to see if she was any good at it, and if she wasn't, he didn't have her do it. But that's a problem with working with friends and family members and stuff like that, is when it doesn't work out, it ends up screwing up the relationship forever. So he was saying how he's not going to apologize for his opinion, but that he'll talk to April if she's at the launch party. And I don't feel like he should have to apologize for his opinion, but I honestly do think that the way Jason handled that situation was wrong. So Mickey Monday said that things in his career is moving slow and that he needs things to pick up so that he can take care of his family because he wants to be a provider for his family. And I understand him wanting to be a provider for his family, but that's never going to happen if he doesn't stop being so gullible, because I just feel like if he has a manager, he needs to fire his manager. And if he doesn't have a manager, he needs to get a manager, and a good one, because he keeps getting himself in these situations where somebody tries to sell him a dream and he falls for it. And he jumps and takes a leap of faith and does it, and then it doesn't end up falling through. And sometimes he needs to realize that if something sounds too good to be true, it might be. So, I mean, he just keeps getting himself into these situations. I just starting to feel like he's not educated enough on the industry in order to make it. You know, his career is going to continue to stay at a standstill if he doesn't find somebody that can help him and somebody who knows what they're doing. So he definitely needs a manager if he doesn't have one. And from the looks of it, it seems like he doesn't have a manager. So his family was saying how they like Slick and how they feel like she's good for him. He likes that Slick gets along well with his daughter, which is definitely important, that his daughter likes her. So I thought that was good too. And she was telling him that he doesn't need to worry about being a provider for his family, and that his big heart is what gets him into trouble when it comes to his career. And I feel like she shouldn't be telling him that being a provider shouldn't be important for him. It should be important to him because he has a kid. But he also needs to learn that in this business, it's going to be kind of hard for him to just be wearing his heart on his sleeve like that. And he's easily sold into things, and he needs to learn how to get smarter about certain situations. And so, like I said before, he needs to find a manager or somebody that's in the industry that he knows that can school him on things, because he needs a lot of help. And also, like, I don't feel like he should change his look around to try to get accepted by people in the industry. But I also feel like he needs to do something because whatever he's doing is not working. So Moniece is practicing her singing and her dance moves for this tour that she's trying to go on with April. And she ends up calling K. Michelle her frenemy, which I would say they're not even frenemies. I would say they're not even friends, because it just seems like they don't really like each other, in my opinion. And I do think that in this instance, K. Michelle was definitely wrong, because I feel like she shouldn't have went on the air and said anything about Moniece if that's supposed to be her friend. Or even if she's just an acquaintance, I feel like she shouldn't have went on air and said anything about Moniece. So I do think that was wrong that she did that. And so April ends up showing up to talk to Moniece, and April ends up telling Moniece that she doesn't want to do the tour because she feels like she doesn't know what she wants to do with her music yet. And I just feel like the music industry is not for April, and I just feel like she should cut her losses and jump into something else, because I feel like music is not really for her. I feel like if it was, she would already be moving forward. I feel like she would have wanted to maybe do the tour, or if not do the tour, then she would really want to be in the studio, and she would really want to be writing and getting vocal coaching. And I just feel like she's not into it the way that she should be if she really wanted to be a singer. And so I just feel like she shouldn't do it. And so she tells Moniece that she doesn't want to do the tour, and Moniece was fine with her not wanting to do the tour because she feels like April probably isn't serious about doing music at this point. And so April ends up saying that she don't like the interview that K. Michelle did with Jason Lee, and Moniece agreed with her about it because Moniece doesn't like that K. Michelle said that she doesn't take music seriously because she feels like she does take it seriously. Although I don't feel like Moniece takes music as seriously as she says she does, because I feel like she would be a lot further than she is right now. And part of that is probably her attitude. She might need to change that up a little bit if she wants to succeed. Because I do feel like sometimes what you do on TV, like she does a lot of things on social media and on TV that rubs people the wrong way. And I feel like maybe she should kind of tone that down a little bit if she wants to make it. Because she does have a really good voice. Now, April was saying that she has a problem with K. Michelle talking about her because K. Michelle really don't know her and she doesn't know anything about her or her life, so she shouldn't be speaking on her. And I do think that that's true, but that's not going to stop nobody from having an opinion about you. People are going to have their opinions regardless, and I feel like April might be a little bit too soft for that industry anyway, because it seems like she's easily bothered by every little thing somebody says about her. And it's just like, if you want to be in the industry and you want to be famous and you want to be in the spotlight, you're gonna have to deal with people talking about you all the time and saying harsh things. And I'm not saying that you can't be human and be affected by things that people say about you, but it seems like she's affected by everything, and that you need to have a thick skin to be in the entertainment business, period. Princess and Ray J go out to eat with their beautiful baby Melody. The baby is so cute. I feel like she's literally the perfect combination between Ray J and Princess. I mean, she does look a little more like Princess, but I see them both in her, and she's really, really cute. Now, Princess said that she was having a hard time getting pregnant with Melody in the first place, and that her and Ray J are trying to have baby number 2, and that because of Ray J's health issues when she was trying to have Melody, it gave her a hard time getting pregnant, is that she doesn't want to have the same thing happen while she's trying to have baby number 2. So she tells Ray J that they need to order healthy food at this lunch, and she tells him that he needs to get his health together because he hasn't been focusing on his health at all, and that he needs to lose some weight. Now, Ray J said that he does need to take his weight seriously because he is pre-diabetic, which is like, dude, if you're pre-diabetic, you should not be over here talking about you don't want to eat no damn vegetables. I can't understand grown people who say that they don't eat vegetables. That's crazy to me, because when I eat, my plate has mostly vegetables on it. So I don't understand when grown adults say they don't like vegetables. It makes no sense to me. But she ended up telling him that they need to have some type of healthy smoothie or whatever. So he's going to try to do it and try to lose the weight. And I feel like he really should, because a lot of men sometimes think that their health doesn't have anything to do with the woman being able to get pregnant. They think it's all on the woman, but no, it's about the man's health too in order to have another baby. So I'm hoping that he gets his shit together. Although I do know Princess is pregnant now with their second kid. So they start talking about the launch party, and Princess tells Ray J that she has both Zell and Jason Lee helping her out with things, and he's a little bit skeptical about it because he don't want them ruining anything with this launch party, because Ray J's about his business and about his money right now. He really hasn't been in any drama lately since his daughter's been born, which I think is really, really good. And now that they're trying to have more and more kids, they need to be about their business. And so he said he's going to kick everybody out if there's some drama at the launch party, which I think is good. Now, Ray J says, I think he says that he mentions A1, and Princess feels like A1's a liar and a cheater because obviously Lyrica's her friend and she's going to take her friend's side. And so Ray J was saying that A1 should be innocent until proven guilty, which I feel like A1's already been proven guilty because Lyrica already had proof that he did it. So Princess gets a little bit annoyed at Ray J taking A1's side, and so she threatens him with that dungeon that she took him to, I think in the second episode of the season. She took him to some weird dungeon acting like some type of dominatrix, and he did not like it at all. So he quickly changed his tune, all right? And he said, okay, A1's a cheater, and that was funny as hell because I just feel like he doesn't want to be in the same situation that A1's in with Lyrica. So he knows what to do to make sure Princess don't get on his ass. So they are working on baby number 2, and she was talking about baby number 3, 4, and 5, and Ray J just wants to focus on baby number 2. So Princess needs to slow down just a little bit. So, K. Michelle invites Brittany Bean, Mr. Ray, and Apple to this country bar, and she got them dancing country style, and I don't know what Brittany Bean and Apple was doing, but that was not no country style dancing at all. They was twerking and bouncing around. I don't know what the hell they was doing, but it definitely wasn't country style dancing, but they was having fun, and that's all that really matters. I feel like you shouldn't really judge people on stupid stuff like that. If somebody can't dance or they can dance, to me, it doesn't matter if they're having fun. Just let them have fun. So they all go sit to the side to talk, and K. Michelle talks about how she feels some type of way about country music fans because they're trying to protect a genre that doesn't belong to them. And Mr. Ray was saying that if black people can accept white people rapping and singing hip hop and R&B, then the country music fans should be able to accept somebody black coming in and singing country music. And so that is true, and I hope that K. Michelle breaks into the country music genre. Somebody needs to do it because I feel like a lot of people want to, but they're afraid to because they don't want to be rejected and they don't want to get 10 tons of backlash from country music fans. So they're nervous to do it. But I hope that K. Michelle is not afraid to do it and she goes for it anyway, because if it's something that she really wants to do and she just wants to do it once and maybe just check it off her bucket list, she should be able to do that if she wants to, regardless to what other people think. So I hope she ends up doing it. Now, Mr. Ray brings up K. Michelle's interview on Hollywood Unlocked and how she said that Moniece doesn't take music seriously. And K. Michelle basically brushed it off and said she really didn't give a damn. So See, that's why I don't think that K. Michelle and Moniece are actually friends. I wouldn't even consider them frenemies. I just wouldn't consider them friends at all. They just know each other. They're acquaintances. If they see each other, it's hi, whatever, but they're not actually friends. But I do think that K. Michelle should learn to admit when she's wrong, and she was definitely wrong in that situation with Moniece. She could have waited until she wasn't live to say that stuff about her, but she said it on the air. So we'll see what ends up happening with the two of them. So it's Princess Love's launch party for her cosmetic line, and it came out really nice. Actually, it looked really, really good, and I'm glad that she put it out, and hopefully there's no drama at her event, but there always is something. So Moniece ends up showing up while Princess is talking to Paris, and Paris looks real confused, and her and Moniece give this really awkward side hug, and I'm just like, why did y'all even hug? Like, that's that fake shit I don't like. It's like, if you feel weirded out or you feel some type of way about somebody, why are you hugging them? Just say hi and be done, or don't say anything at all. But that whole little awkward side hug thing was weird. Now, Paris felt some type of way about it just because the fact that Moniece and Princess had a big feud where they were fighting and everything. So them being cool now is a little odd. I don't feel like they have to be cool to where they're inviting each other to events. I think that's phony. But they could definitely be cordial with one another. So Jason ends up showing up, and it's even more awkward because now April, Moniece, and Paris are all there. So it's extremely awkward. So he comes up there, and April tells him that he needs to keep her name out his mouth. And so Jason says that he don't even know what the problem is and that he don't even hate April. And I feel like he needs to own up to his shit, because I do feel like the way that he handled the situation with April was wrong. I think the way that he spoke to her when he was firing her was wrong. And I think the way that he was speaking to her after he fired her was wrong. I feel like he didn't handle it professionally, and I feel like he needs to own up to that. Now, she told him that he needs to keep his name out her mouth, and she'll keep his name out of hers. Now, she ended up walking away for a moment to cool herself down because she didn't want to ruin Princess's party. Anyway, if she would have ruined Princess's party, Ray J said he was kicking everybody the fuck out. So she ends up walking away, and then she comes back and she tells him that she don't got a problem with him. She wishes him all the best, but that she wants him to just keep her name out his mouth. Now, he agreed to keep her name out of his mouth, but he ain't going to keep her name out of his mouth. He's a gossip blogger. She should expect for him to talk about her. The fact that she acts so ditzy that she doesn't realize he's going to talk about her again. If her name comes up and it's trending, he's going to talk about it so his blog stays current. So I don't understand why she thought that was going to work out. But Jason ended up telling April that she needed to keep the same energy with him that she has for Moniece, because Moniece and her had a lot of issues with one another, and he feels like she's taking out a bunch of anger on him, but she's not doing the same to Moniece, which I thought was dumb that he even brought that up, because April and Moniece ain't friends, and April thought that Jason was her friend. So I feel like that was stupid for him to even bring that up. So basically, okay, Moniece has a little bit of an issue with Jason, although she did handle it well at Princess's launch party. She didn't make a scene and she didn't ruin the party, which I thought was great, because there's a time and a place for everything, and that wasn't the time nor the place for her to be making a scene. But she definitely still has a little bit of an issue with Jason, because he showed a picture or a video of her in a sexual compromising position and he was showing it around to people, and so she has an issue with that. But I do like that she was able to not make a scene at Princess's launch party. So in this final scene of this episode, Drew set up a whole party bus to Vegas for the last B2K show. And so Zell shows up, Paris shows up, Booby, Mickey Monday, Apple, and Brittany B, all on a bus together. Now, the fact that Brittany B was on the bus with Zell and Paris is not a good thing, because they have underlying beef, which is so stupid. It's so petty. Their drama is so stupid, it's not even worth even talking about on the show. But anyways, Zell kept making little comments about Brittany B while on the bus, and it was really immature that he was doing it, because it's just like, you're starting trouble on a bus that y'all gotta be sitting on with one each other for a few hours, and you really want to fight on the bus. So I was laughing because Brittany called Zella and Paris Tweedledee and Tweedledum, and that was funny. Then she made some type of comment towards them. I don't even remember what the hell she said, because it happened so fast, but Paris got pissed off at whatever it was that she said to her, and she went off, and the episode ended up cutting at that. Now, Zell was saying how he wanted an apology from Brittany B, and I just feel like the situation that happened at the bowling event wasn't even worth an apology or even worth discussing, because it was so dumb. I just didn't understand why he's still pressed about it. But anyways, the episode cut there. I thought it was an okay episode. The next episode is really fiery, because I think Brittany B and Paris end up fighting on that party bus, which was a mistake for Drew to even set up anyway, but it's going to be entertaining as hell to watch. So that concluded episode 9 of season 6 of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. I want to thank all my subscribers once again for the support. I finally reached over 100 subscribers, and I want to thank you guys all so very much. You are all very appreciated. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel. I will be reviewing more than just Love and Hip Hop and Basketball Wives. I will be doing Mixed Stitch reviews, Total Divas, Real Housewives of Atlanta, Marriage Boot Camp, and so much more. So again, thank you all for the support, and don't forget to like this video.